Wow, dude, what a fight card. What a fight card that was. I didn't do predictions for the prelims or even all of the ones like the Ultimate Fighter fights and all that, but whoo, what a fight card. Where do I even start? I guess I'm gonna like fly through these since there's a bunch of fights. There was a dozen fights. Dennis Bazooka versus Francis Marshall, really good fight. Super competitive, but Francis Marshall more crisp with the striking. He's a big dude, man. He was landing the powerful shots, and yeah, he got the decision win. Great fight. Can't wait to see who they match him up with next. Next fight on the prelims: Zachary Reese versus Jose Medina. Wow, I've never seen Jose Medina fight before. This dude is tough, man. He is super tough. I think they said the commentary said this, but he was literally pointing and he was like doing all the antics, pointing at Zachary, shaking his head like, no, that didn't hurt. Or if like Zach was throwing something, if he was throwing a high kick, because Zachary Reese is 6'4". I never knew he was 6'4". I knew he was tall, but he looks like he's like 6'1", maybe 6'2". He's 6'4" at middleweight. He is huge, man. He can easily make light heavyweight. But anyways, he looked really good. He would throw a head kick, and then Medina would like look over his shoulder. Even if it landed like on his shoulder, glanced his shoulder or something, he would look at the cage behind him like, where is that going? Like, all right, relax a little bit, buddy. He was getting pieced up the whole fight. He was landing a couple good shots here and there. Doesn't seem like he has too much power in his hands. Zachary Reese is nasty, man. He is super nasty, super creative. He is powerful, crisp, and yeah, he proved himself after his loss to Cody Brundage. He got slammed, got knocked out. That'll happen here and there. It happened to Rose Namajunas, and she's literally one of the best female fighters in the world. Yeah, great performance by Zachary Reese. Medina's tough, but he needs to not do antics and like start jabbing or just pushing forward a little bit more, yeah, but good job by Zachary Reese. Next fight, Vyacheslav Borshev versus James Lantop. It's honestly similar. The three fights in the prelims were actually pretty similar. Francis Marshall, he won. He's super, well, yeah, he's tough. The next two, okay, Zachary Reese and Jose Medina. Zachary Reese won. Jose Medina was really tough. Landed a couple shots. Same thing with Borshev and Lantop. Lantop was super tough, man, but he was actually landing some good shots. Borshev is just a little bit more crisp of a striker. He got the decision win. Zachary Reese, I don't know if I said that or not. He got the decision win as well. Borshev got the decision win. Crisp striker. He's super strong. Good comeback after the loss to Chase Hooper, which just shows how elite Chase Hooper is, man. He's getting really good. Next fight of the night, Jacqueline Cavalcanti versus Josiane Nunes. Good fight. Nunes is tough. Cavalcanti is also really tough. She got hit with some good shots, but she has the reach advantage and the length. So she was a bit more crisp with her striking, just due to her like reach advantage and all that. Good fight. She got the decision win. I just realized there were 4 decision wins in a row, and then the card gets better from there. So the next fight of the night, Wang Kang versus Victoria Leonardo. This was obviously a setup for Leonardo. Yeah, she got destroyed. I think she got hit with a left hook. Super clean left hook. Leonardo's eyes went in the back of her head. That was wraps. She was out cold pretty much. Good performance, and Kong is super entertaining. So let's see who they match her up with next. Probably gonna give her maybe one more can and then put her in the top 10, top 15. Next fight, on the main card, Edmund Shahbazyan versus Gerald Meerschaert. Meerschaert does it again, shows his toughness, his grit. Edmund Shahbazyan piecing him up on the feet. Eventually, Gerald wasn't doing too bad. He didn't get like super rocked or anything at all. He was just, Edmund's just a little bit quicker, probably a little bit stronger, but Shahbazyan in, I think it was round 2, beginning of round 2 or something, I forget what it was, hit Gerald with a liver shot. Gerald goes down. Yeah, it was round 2. He goes down, and he was covering his body. Shahbazyan followed him up. Gerald was on his back, and Shahbazyan was hitting him in the head. Even though he hurt him to the body, he was trying to finish him with headshots, but Gerald wasn't hurt in the head. Gassed himself out after a couple minutes of ground and pound, gassed out. I forget the scramble, but Gerald ended up on top after Shahbazyan was gassed out, and he got the arm triangle. Was about to put Shahbazyan to sleep, and he tapped. So GM3 does it again, probably with his show and then win plus a bonus. Probably got like $250,000. So good job, bro. Next fight, Neil Magny versus Michael Morales. Complete slaughter here. Magny is kind of toast when it comes to young prospects, which is probably who they're going to feed him unless they give him, you know, a different fight. But Morales destroyed him, was hitting him with some leg kicks, and he eventually hit him with some ground and pound, and Magny was not responding. So that was wraps. Again, can't wait to see who they match him up with. Morales is super scary, super strong for the division. Yeah, super strong. He could probably fight at middleweight comfortably, but we'll see who they put him up with next. Next fight, Khan Alfie versus Maran Santos. This was one of the Ultimate Fighter fights. Super good performance by Santos. Lands one of the most crisp short left hooks. Puts this guy out cold. Good job. He's only 24 years old, so he's got a big future ahead of him. Good job, man. Good performance. Super technical striker, and he's really strong and big for the weight class. So, yeah, good job, dude. For a featherweight, to have a knockout like that is super entertaining. So, next fight, Robert Valentin versus Ryan Loder. Super scrappy fight, really entertaining. Valentin, they were both doing pretty good. Eventually, Valentin hurt his arm. I think he probably dislocated it or fractured it in the first round. So he was compromised the whole fight, but he's super tough. Second round, Loder got him into a crucifix. He couldn't really respond with a broken arm, and then you're in a crucifix. That's a recipe for disaster. Ref stopped the fight. Good performance, but Valentin would have been a lot more entertaining if he won, honestly. He's got more of a personality, but this is fighting, so it is what it is. Hopefully he gets a contract too. Yeah. Next fight, Angela Hill versus Tabitha Ricci. Super fun fight. Went exactly how everyone thought it was going to go. Good scrap. It was kind of like they were fighting like anxiously. Like from the start of the bell, they seemed like they were too anxious. Like they were throwing too fast. They weren't really thinking about what they were doing. They weren't throwing power shots. I don't think anyone landed super clean. Nobody was hurt. They don't have any power. It was an okay fight, but I didn't really watch that much of it. It was kind of boring. Tabitha Ricci got the decision. That's who I picked. Yeah, good job. Not really entertaining, but you got the win, so that's what matters. Main event, Cannonier versus Baralho. Super good fight. Yeah, Cannonier proves again that he's got an iron chin at 40 years old. Pretty insane. Baralho, good fight, man. He has a really good jab, super fast jab, super strong and stiff. Was you know, touching Cannonier up. Cannonier was landing some good shots as well. Eventually, actually, Baralho was throwing a lot of low kicks. Jared was kind of stumbling on himself. The octagon was super slippery as it was. Not sure what that was about. Maybe it was a lot of sweat on there, but they're supposed to clean it. I don't know what that was about. If they were using a different canvas or whatever, but they were both sliding around. Baralho was landing some good low kicks, good jabs. Cannonier was landing power shots here and there. It looked like he rocked Baralho. I think it was in the third round. It looked like he rocked him or something, but Baralho was like slipping his feet. It looked like he was trying to dry them off, maybe to keep himself up. I don't know. That was kind of weird, but yeah, Cannonier was compromised to the legs. He wasn't really moving around as much as usual. Eventually, in the third or fourth round, he cut Kai pretty bad over the eye. It was like this big of a cut. It was a pretty big cut. And yeah, he did good. He was consistent with the jab, consistent with the low kicks. In the fifth round, he knocked out Cannonier on the feet. Cannonier was like out cold. He was stiff. He fell to the ground, and then Baralho followed up and kept punching him ground and pound, and then Cannonier woke up somehow and survived, and then yeah, he survived the fight. That was it. Good job by Baralho. He's probably gonna get maybe top 5 guy next. He called out Dracus du Plessis. Obviously, he's not in that spot yet. There's a couple guys ahead of him, but maybe if he fights someone in the top 5, he can get a title contender fight. And yeah, super exciting. He's younger and he's a good fighter. So that was that fight night, super entertaining. That was better than a lot of pay-per-views this year, let alone fight nights. So yeah, that's about it for this one.